So one thing also I would like to do before we proceeding with the information, basically to add views in the database. But before that, let's play with some of the functions that we get from the video HTML tag that we put it in our code. So there are multiple things. We can target the video using the ID, and then we can run play, we can pause, we can change the speed, for example, and we can get the duration. We can send some events or listen to the events when it's ended, and so on. So if you remember in our code, we have the video watch, then in the video we have but one ID called WY or YT ID. So I can target that basically from the inspect. If you go to the inspect, let's assume now I play this video, and then I can go and create, for example, var player, and we can target through video.js and then the ID. You can say YouTube video, this is the ID, and then what I can do, I can say player.play, for example, and then it will play the video. And let me just reduce the volume here in my computer, and then I can run the play, and then maybe I can pause all the functions there, and so on. Also I can change the speed. I can say player.current playback, I think playback rate, and then this is a function, so I can give speed of 4, and then I can run play. Then you see it's moving fast. So you can do a lot of things based on that on the file, and also I can listen to the event. So let's go to the code and do some interesting stuff. So in my code, if you remember, I have added the video.js, and then under the bush here I can add any code I want in the scripts. So let's add something, for example, to monitor or when the video is ready or any events. Let's assume that first of all create a player as we did, var player equal, or we can say scripts here, scripts tag, and then var player equal video.js, and then we can target the video YouTube clone using the ID. So player, and then we can add function dot ready. This will retain a function. Then I can do anything inside this function. We can console.log video is ready. If this is working fine, at least the scripts and the addition of CDN, so on. So let's go and refresh. So unquote element ID supplied. So this is something related to the loading of the script. Or let me first refresh and clear the cache just to make sure that we're getting the right files order, and see it's still there. So it could be player.pause. This should be YouTube video, it's not clone. So I was having just spelling mistake. So it's working fine. So video is ready, as we can see here. This is from the previous one. Can delete this one. So if I load now again, you will see it is detecting video is ready. So we can do many stuff here. Let's delete this one, and let's do, for example, video.on, and then I can say ended. When the video is ended, I do some functions here. So I'm just showing you this one, so you can do anything you want, like trigger some function and so on. Console.login video ended. So if this is working fine, if I refresh again, play the video, go to the end, and video, or this should be player. Again, refresh. So videos ended, and so on. So now we need to prepare our table to have the views, and let's do now adding the views column to our table. So we will go to the, first of all, the video, the videos table, videos table, and then we should add here one column for views. After maybe description, we can say this is basically like integer, and we call it views. This is default as 0. So I will stop here the video, and I will do PHP artisan migrate fresh. But before that, let me just delete the videos so we have clean folders as well. So no videos, and then I can do fresh. I will stop just the video to create the user again. As you'll see, again I have to register the user and add view to videos, for example. So I have registered and added 2 videos as well. Now let's go to what I said, that the view. Now if I open the file and go to the database and then do refresh here, my database, I have views 0. Of course nothing will happen here if I refresh again, because I didn't do any logic yet. So let me go and add the logic, which should be an easy logic. Now I have for example the player on ended. I will replace that by time update, which is basically it will trigger almost, like if I console for example .log this .current time as a function, you will see, just to see the timing. If I go and now refresh and play the video, so you'll see the timing is there. So I want to trigger if this is after, for example, greater than 3 seconds, then I'm exceeding 3 seconds, then I want to kick off a view. So I don't want to, once I refresh the page, the view will be added here as 1 or 2, whatever. Now let me just, because I was experimenting, I will retain this to 0 and I save it. I don't want to refresh and then this will be updated or record as view. I want just after 3 seconds. That's why I'm doing this event. So if I go to the events now, I say if the time is greater than 3 seconds, basically. So I want to do some logic here, which is basically I will first of all this dot off. I will stop this event, which is called time update, because I don't want to continue. And then I will say live wire. I will emit one event here called, or small letter, called video viewed. Okay, and then I want to catch it somewhere there in my class, and then I do the logic there. So I'll go to the class. I will do first of all the listener, protected listeners. This is my event, and I want to, for example, create one function here called count view, for example, just to make sure that we add 1 + 1 each time to the views. So if that event is triggered, I will catch it here. I will run this function. So let's build this function. Okay, so I will get the video first of all, this video update, video-update, as we do normal update in Laravel. I'll take the column called views. Then what I need the current number, which is basically this video views, and then I add just 1. So this is the logic. If this is working fine, if I'm reaching more than 3 seconds, then this will be kicked off and this will be receiving the listener, and then we'll kick off this update and so on. But I want to add one thing here just to avoid, I don't want to this, there's something called, I just put it here, called wire ignore. I don't want this div for the video to be updated because it's causing some issues when I was experimenting. So this was solution just to ignore this from reloading, because I want this to completely to happen in the background. So if I refresh now, and then let's say refresh here also, it is 0. So let's run it and see after 3 seconds. Let me also reduce this volume. So if I go and refresh, this should be triggered, so it's not working. So let's go and check why this has not happened on this. So if we go back, we can see here there's an error, extra parentheses. So let's go and close and refresh this one, and let's try now and see whether it will be triggered or not. So I'll go here and refresh. So it is working fine. So let's go to the other video and also test it. So I'll run this video and see after 3 seconds we should get this one as well. I will refresh again and notice nothing will happen. But if I run it for 3 seconds, then I'm getting also views. So views now works an excellent way that even if you open the file and you didn't run it, didn't play it, then it will not be recorded as view. So only if that the message is I mean the player move for at least for 3 seconds, it will be recorded as viewed.